on yet again to another TicketFreakz 212. I am your host, Carlos C, and as always, we're here to talk to you about movies. Okay, so first off, I would like to say I apologize that I did this TF tournament today and not Monday, but I didn't have my laptop to do some video editing in order for this to go down. But since, well, it is Tuesday, I'm going to give you guys a little more longer of a chance to go and vote. Cast your vote for the next round. Anyways, let's talk about the, well, here are the voting polls for this week. Alright, so here is the, well, here's who's competing with who. It's going to be Martin Scorsese's Gangs of New York versus Quentin Tarantino's Pulp Fiction.
On your order, pal.
Don't you hate that?
Hey, what?
Uncomfortable silences.
We have Guillermo del Toro's Pacific Rim going against Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. Sorry, one second. Robert Zemeckis' Castaway going against Francis Ford Coppola's Godfather.
I never wanted this for you.
Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight going against Oliver Stone's Natural Born Killers.
And here we go.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
On the other side of the bracket, we have Steven Spielberg's Jurassic Park going against James Cameron's Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
With me if you want to live.
You gotta forgive me, guys. Sometimes I lose track of these people. Oh, yeah. Bryan Singer's X-Men 2 going against Mark Webb's The Amazing Spider-Man.
Drop the knives and put your hands in the air.
I can.
We have Clint Eastwood's $1 Million Baby going against David O. Russell's The Fighter.
Everything he knows.
You don't want to see where this fight is headed.
And finally, last but not least, we have Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings going against Ridley Scott's Alien.
Precious.
So, a little surprised on the voting polls, obviously, but it was a really great voting poll. It's poll, sorry. Anyways, so yeah, here's my thing about this. My predictions for the next round. It's just a prediction, speculation. There's no guarantee to this. Martin Scorsese's film is Gangs of New York. Is one of those really great films with political standpoints. Both Quentin Tarantino and Martin Scorsese's films are kind of like similar, considering they have an open mind to foul languages, a little bit of bloody scenes here and there. They get a great performance from their actors, so forth, and along with that, I would say Quentin Tarantino's films, his characters have more of intensity, and they're both strengths of pretty much like this intensity and the dialogues in the films. But I gotta say that due to Quentin Tarantino's multiple stories that are attached to each other in the film, just in general, I gotta say Pulp Fiction might take this win from Martin Scorsese. Now, I'm going to say that Guillermo del Toro's film Pacific Rim isn't really, and honestly, not a lot of people gave it a chance. But Stanley Kubrick's The Shining is a classic. It's one of those memorable films that has been talked about for a generation and has been mentioned here and there in certain cartoons and shows. So, I will say that there is a very strong possibility The Shining is going to destroy Pacific Rim due to the popular classic history of it. Let's see here. You gotta forgive me, sometimes I forget all this stuff. Robert Zemeckis' Castaway going against Francis Ford Coppola's Godfather. Godfather is probably going to destroy Castaway. I want to say that there's a chance that Castaway might win this, but let's be real, Godfather is a mobster classic, and its franchise has become very strong. The second one really gave its Oscar-worthy nominations. So I can't say that Castaway might take this because Godfather is just one of those classics, you know? Let's see here. Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight, I think, is going to steal it against Natural Born Killers. Considering the performance given by Heath Ledger and his early passing, I feel like that's going to give him the bump to the edge of the voting against Oliver Stone's Natural Born Killers film. On the other bracket, I gotta say, this is a hard contest. Steven Spielberg's Jurassic Park vs. Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Considering both of them are an instant classic, and both directors are very well known and very popular for what they do, dedication-wise, I gotta give it to Jurassic Park. Considering the franchise was probably more popular than the Terminator franchise now, considering the bomb box office of Terminator Salvation, I gotta feel like Jurassic Park might take this. Just might. I'm just throwing that out there. Bryan Singer's comic book X-Men 2 versus Mark Webb's Amazing Spider-Man. Well, let's see here. Bryan Singer is pretty much the guy who jump-started comic book franchises of movies again. And his sequel was really good. So he's kind of like the Godfather in a sense. But Mark Webb's Amazing Spider-Man, not a lot of people gave it a chance. Considering Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, people consider it more superior. And to tell you the truth, I actually like the Amazing Spider-Man a tad bit better. But people didn't want to give it a chance, and for that reason only, and X-Men 2 being one of the more very entertainable ones, I guess, they're going to probably root for Bryan Singer's X-Men 2 to move on to the next round. Clint Eastwood's $1 Million Baby is probably going to destroy David O. Russell's Fighter. Due to $1 Million Baby being just one of those films that is not forgotten, very greatly done, I gotta say that might destroy the Fighter. David O. Russell might win it considering his popularity so far, but there's no guarantee on that. And now, finally, last but not least, Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings versus Ridley Scott's Alien. This is hard because fantasy and sci-fi is very hard to say which one would win over a contest. So I'm looking forward to which one is going to win. I think Alien might take this, but there is a very big supporting group of Lord of the Rings fans. So there's a slightly chance that Peter Jackson might win this one. Slightly chance, but there's no guarantee. If you want to cast your votes, you can cast it in any social network, but I'd rather you cast it right here at the bottom of the description below. There's a website where you can click on where you can cast your votes. I will give you guys before Monday to cast your votes. Anywhere before Monday, you guys can vote which movie you believe should move on to the next round, and I will make the announcement next week on which movie is going to move on. Normally, I do it Sunday because I want to have some time to gather it, but I was late, like I said, for Tuesday, so now I got to do it. I got to give you guys until Monday, before Monday, to decide which ones you believe should move on to the next round, and then again, like I said, I will announce which movie moved on to the next round. Anyways. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please wait at the end of the credits. There is some contact information where you can ask me about movies. That's going to do it for us today. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Please subscribe or tell a friend, and I hope to see you guys next time, okay? Peace!